afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, your only sanctioned source of comedy entertainment. Off here to a 1 vs 1 on Rechnaya Pereprava. In the north, it is Jove fighting for America, democracy, freedom. Taking on the road here with the first Army Division, crashing through German lines in the command here of Stuve, fighting for the Oberwest, Germany, Deutschland. Forming up here the Führerbegleitbrigade Brigade with Grand Offensive, double infantry medical supply bulletins there versus Jove's rifle company with triple infantry bulletins there as well. Fulton rifle starts there from both sides. And as always, remember to please like, subscribe and share and press that bell button so you're more likely to actually get updated with my videos. And also big thanks to Dion for donating and supporting the Propagandacast and allowing me to keep doing this day after day. So thank you for your support, Dion. You're part of my company of heroes. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled programming. More filters there for Stuve. In the north, rifling about there for Joe with the second squad on the way there. He's spreading out aggressive, trying to seek as much ground as possible. Stuve also looks like he's going to go for more aggressive here versus Joe, looking to disrupt his early game with a well-placed Sturm Pioneer squad, hosing down as many of Joe's unsuspecting riflemen in a tactically as advantageous position as possible. Perhaps, though so far it seems like there might be a case of indecision. I think he's waiting for someone to cross where he's like, yeah, wenn sie come for there, we'll totally shoot them dead. Yeah, but what if they don't come from there? Send me in trouble, Ludwig. Send me in trouble. Bit of skirmishing here. Probably a third rifle squad there for Joe. We'll have to see if Stu ends up with any Panzer Fusiliers. Though considering he went for it early, you kind of figure he does. Sturm Panzer going for the car front, rifling up the sandbags up by Joe. Very good. Consistent. Racing going in there. There we go. Third rifle squad. Third full Scandinavian squad. Almost got the car point there. There we go. Disrupting Joe's income. Forcing him to react to that move. Sandbags up there. Stu, of course, expecting Joe to try and move further westwards there. Wants to be ready to shoot down to his Amerikanen. And the West Fulton moving up. Their squad hitting court. Disrupting their sandbagging. Sturm Pioneers could, of course, try to move down to assist here. Maybe trying to flank up behind the rifleman there. That I think would be a good move there by Stuve. Joe Mankin will be taking up soon. We'll have to see what he takes up for the sandbags up with the Northern Victory Point. Sturm Pioneers are, by the looks of it, going for the flank here. Very good there by Stuve. Regiments nearby, but they will not be able to assist. There we go, we do get the take up there for Jove, and it is in fact the platoon command post. They're being upgraded, rifle making a run for the house, but they won't, I think, be able to make it in time. At least it won't matter. There's going to be a lot of Germans there firing at, in particular, Sturm Panzer at close range. There we go, more folks arriving here. Jove here could maybe have signed the distance. There you go, popping in the rear to allow the rifleman to cover or retreat safely. Nice play there by Jove. Then the rear ends up taking a punishing beating. The Sturm Panzers are suffering heavily in the process. 2 kills there on the rear echelons. 3 kills. Almost got a full wipe there though. And there you go. Down to 1 man and retreated. Up north here. Fulton in the stand up for the rifle squad there. Truck up for Stuve. We'll have to see what it ends up with. Could be battle group headquarters. Could be mechanized. Both I would say are quite viable for different reasons though. This is almost done. Fulton's letting force. There we go. Brandhand gone out off. Forcing Jove there out into the open and away from the fuel point. Giving his Fulton a few more extra shots. But I do think they're going to need some support soon enough. Down here, points being secured. Sturm Pioneers here back with some medical supplies. We do get the battle group headquarters up for Stuve, further emphasizing the infantry elements. Healing, of course. Could also see a flak half track versus Jove. Further back here, nothing else happening. We got the lieutenant out, ready to stomp some krauts. Sturm Pioneers heading out here. Battle group headquarters almost done there for Stuve and the Führerbegleitbrigade Brigade. One of the few Western divisions actually have access to sort of actual Panzer Fusiliers, since elements of the division were actually formed up from components from the Großdeutschland that have been stationed at the Wolfschanze. When then, when they're sort of put away, they sort of formed the bodyguard units around the area was formed into military units, and that included, for example, the Führerbegleit, but also the Führergrenadier Brigades, which were committed to the fighting in the Ardennes. That's a little fun note there. And will later be upgraded to full divisions. Rifleman versus Fulton is here. Bit of shooting there. Battle group headquarters up. Could go for the flak half track right away, put some pressure on Joe's infantry. And Joe, we can see this going straight for the card points. He's basically looking to disrupt Stuve's fuel flow. And there we go, we do get the 251-17 there for Mr. Stuve. M20 on the way for Joe. Fast one now. Obviously, going to put some pressure on Stuve. Though, of course, if he can catch with a flak half track, they may not quite have an easier time of it. Though, good disruptive play there by both sides. Looking, of course, to ensure the other one does not get too much fuel. Fulton might have to try and flank about the rifle to prevent them from grabbing the fuel point. But looks like that is not one of Stuve's priorities at the moment. Flak half-attack halfway down, M20 so as well. Counterattacking in there from Stuve. Pretend they're holding out for now with the Thompson and some M1 Garands, but the Sturmpioneers leading the charge there will quickly push them out, and there you go. Sturmpioneers riding the Lieutenant here, following in there, engaging the rifle neck, catching them off guard at the fuel point. Stuve's assault sweeps forwards. We've got minesweepers up as well. Obviously, assuming that his opponent is Jove, well, he's Jove, but assuming, of course, he's a good player, lays down mines, so disregard hanging minesweepers out in case Jove has mining is a very good idea. Sandbags up there, grab the fuel point on the west, flak half-track out, equipped with a 2cm flak gun, though most flak half-track, I would say, by like 1944-45 would actually be equipped with a flak drilling, which was either a 15mm or 20mm series of, well, aircraft machine guns mounted in sort of triplets. They were sort of used as anti-aircraft guns. And they were commonly mounted in half-tracks, or even trucks. Or in some cases, like they even sort of converted T-34s with the turret knocked out to sort of mount a flag drilling as well. In the South Flation advance, we got flamethrowers up there for Jove, very good. Sandbagging up there. In this case, what Jove Stuve is doing is clearing out fields of fire here, so his flank half-track can more effectively cover a larger amount of terrain, making it harder for Jove to say sneak up on it or get away from it. Trying to sneak about there, Jove is certainly being aggressive with it, looking to sort of poke and needle away there at Schubert every time, just make it uncomfortable for him. Very good here. Nothing further going on there in Jove's base as of yet. Of course, we do get an ambulance now. Stuve moving ahead there for the fatherland. We got Panzer Fusiliers out. Could go for the G33s. I suppose there's the option you might actually be using them for Panzer strikes. Not really a common tactic or strategy there from all commerce players, but I mean, they do get 2 Panzer strikes on a 5-man squad, so in that regard, they're actually kind of efficient. It could certainly be a pain in the ass for the hours to deal with if he does go for that. MG34 following up there for Stuve. 50 caliber for Jove to help deal with all Stuve's infantry, plus, I mean, it's a serious threat to the flak half-attack as well, depending on how things go. Got an upgrade. Either it's the Panzer... It is the Panzer strikes, actually, there for the Panzer Fusiliers. Again, very rare sight. Most players who do go for anything with Panzer Fusiliers tend to just stick to the G43s and Raketenwerfer, as they don't bother with the double Panzer strike upgrade. Got the MG34 ready there, and of course Jove's 50 caliber as well. Seeing the north point there, very good play there by Jove, sort of keeping the attention of the M20 while then sneaks in with deep flank, hitting the northern resources. Well played there by Jove, and now the M20 is dealing with the Sturm, has the MG34 moving to fire hit as well there. Getting a bit dicey there for Stuve, but he's trying to turn around here with the flak half up, backed up by the Panzer Fusiliers. Looks like he might try and catch the M20 off guard there, though Jove, I think, is going to be aware of that thanks to the Rearson spotting out there, so he will likely be able to escape with the M20 unless Stuve gets some very lucky hits there on it. Almost actually did. Quite impressive. But in the end, not quite enough either. But it does signal to Jove that Stuve does pack some serious firepower there, since 2 Panzer strikes can do a lot of damage to vehicles and tanks quickly. 50 caliber setting up there and switching on to harpoon guns as well. Very quick there. Quickly doing a lot of damage to the half-track, and there you go, grenade off. Steelhand Grenade, routing on the rifleman. Stuve is being done a lot of fuel, which is great for Jove, but less great for Stuve. Rifleman dug in there, it's going to make it difficult for Stuve to launch an attack to quickly flash them out. It's going to require more resources, or artillery, or just a lot of bleeding. Ooh, could catch the M20 here. Jove made a bit of a miscalculation here. Stuve should be able to punish him for it. Oh, lost the MG34 as well, and the M20 gets away. That is some really rubbish luck there for Stuve. Great though for Jove. Great. Setting up here to engage the retreating re-echelons. 1 kill there on the Panzer Fusilier squad. Need to seize that MG34, turn it back against the armies. Sandbags up there with the carve point. Obviously, Jove's realising that Stuve likes to hit that carve point, so he defends it, digs in. Very good move there, obviously. Some players that don't always do that. Like, even if an opponent keeps attacking the same point over and over again, they'll just sort of go, well, next time they totally won't do it. But of course they do, because it works. Medics up there for Stuve. We'll have to see what happens next. Flak half-track them in position, close to Veteran C1. Panzer Fusilier disengaging. Both fuel points there, not under control. I think he should just focus on the south one since that's more wide open, but he wants the northern one against, it seems. Close one there for Stuve. Need to be careful there. Joe with more 50 calibers. Again, great versus the infantry, great versus the flak half-track. And overall just solid due to being probably one of the most mobile machine guns in the game currently. Despite, again, being a machine gun that was in fact incredibly heavy, like 50 kilos. Followed there's the 50 caliber there. That's obviously not going to end up well there for Stuve. Unless he gets somehow ridiculously lucky and they somehow get into cover without getting suppressed, they might actually have a chance here. Flak half charging in as well. There, Fultz being assaulted. We got Raisins moving up. A few quick hits there. Fultz there somehow. Okay, now they get suppressed. But that was actually a surprisingly good bit of light there for Stuve. In the south, Stern Pioneers right here by another big rapid push there. Grabbing the northern fuel point back. MD34 Fultz moving up. Flak half track with Veterans 1, but still not a single kill here versus Jove. 50 caliber moving up and should be able to do some potentially hefty damage there to Stuve's flak half track. You got more defenses here in the south. You got mines up by the sandbags that Stuve's been laying down. Very good. Panzer the assault failed against the lieutenant. The double Panzer obviously not quite as great as his infantry, in particular dug in lieutenants. So that did not quite pan out there for Stuve in a manner he had hoped. He can consider taking up soon. I mean, some Obersoldaten with infrared assault rifles down the road, for example, could be very potent here versus Jove. It's going to give him some more heavy anti-infantry firepower, which would, I think, be pretty great. 50 caliber in a tight spot. Lieutenant there continues to survive and hold the line. Now, I would say they're about to get annihilated if they don't retreat because the cover just crumbled. Got the M20 racing about here for Jove and America. I was about to say Germany. Going to the MD34 rifle following up there. So far, the Jove's in good control here versus Stuve. Got the flak half coming up, should be able to get some good hits. And very quick approach Veteran 2, which is where it gets really good, as there he gains a damage bonus. Which is obviously what you really like in your flak half tracks. MD34 being pushed out. Fixing up the flak half track, got the Panzer ready. Back here in Jove's base, we've got take up, very good. We're probably seeing a fast German of some sort. Mines up as well by Jove, very good. Another truck for Stuve. Very likely the Schwere Panzer Hauptquartier. Flak half track setting out. Reichsman routed. Ready to turn Sturm Pioneers. Forces Raffen in the south. There we go, changing the reaction. We've got Betty 2, and there we go. All of a sudden you can see that it becomes a lot more lethal for any infantry to be close to the flak half track. Now, of course, it's going to be much more tricky, of course, to keep it alive because Jove will much more intently want it dead now. So he's going to be much more willing to just go hard in because, also, again, he's going to suffer quite a bit. Popping smoke here just to make it harder for a machine gun to shoot and then attack ground there. Quickly causing heavy losses. Half to Veteran 3 already. Again, just that Veteran 2 is a massive game changer for the flak half track. But it is tricky to get there. It is tricky. Panzer's there opening up the M20, not quite landing hits. Then we got 360 versus 459. Jove so far has displayed good map control versus Stuve. Though of course Stuve has proven himself not to be a complete pushover. Moving up the flak half track there. Getting the 5th caliber, there we go, causing heavy damage, killing the gunner rapidly. And of course slowly approaching then Veteran 3, then Veteran 4, and then Veteran 5. Almost got the 5th caliber wipe, of course he could wipe it, that'd be huge for Stuve. But then again, Graham turn against Jove, that'd be a massive blow there to Jove. Oh, that was a close one though, that was really close there for Stuve and the Führer Big Light Brigade. Sturm Pioneers moving up, need to fix up that flak, well not fix it up. Full to engage with them, Trendy got full moving up here, take up done, and getting the Panzer authorization. Again, a few Obersoldaten could be a great investment here for Stuve. Raffen is suffering the wrath of a flak half track as an ill wind blows against them. Return them in train to it as well there, taking heavy damage. Raffen charging forwards, he needs to quickly focus them down. There we go, MD forcing as well, there you go. Jove's infantry assault thwarted and crashed. And there you go, Veteran 3 flak half track, 16 kills. I mean, again, once it hit Veteran 2, things go very quick with a flak half track. But as always, the challenge is getting it to Veteran 2. Raffen caught laying down sandbags in negative cover. A punishing fusillade unleashed there by Stuve's flak half track. And the south forcing up against the Raisins there, causing some damage here. Lightning on the way there for Stuve to help deal with some of Jove's support weapons. Raisins there getting annihilated out in the open there. 20 ults needs to be watchful. Keltons again, the flak damage bonus of course also applies against vehicles. There we go. Quickly puts the flak half track towards Veteran 4. Line for gun almost down there for Stuve and the brigade. Back here, troops reinforcing. Forward retreat point? I think that's a misclick there. That's gotta be a misclick by Stuve. That does not make any sense otherwise. Oh dear. That's gotta be unfortunate. More likely what happened is he had misclicked or had something selected while trying to maybe order something to retreat and instead guys press this and I don't know. Oh wait though, that's gonna hurt Stuve there. It's gonna hurt him a lot. That's 300 manpower basically doing zip. Chile called in the MD-34 position. Good work there by Jove. He's got a tank on the way and Stuve does not. So yeah, yikes. Hate that when it happens, but anyways, Lieutenant moving forward to their flag half track, super close for 84. Got White Foster's badges ready for Jove. We got artillery running down this M20. Units in a bit of trouble. Got Stuve bringing up the half H of H3. He actually got no kills on them though, which is slightly impressive. They might want to put away in the mines. We've got smoke screens going down. Almost got the maid yet. Almost. There he goes. Coming the 50 car machine gun there in a thick carpet of smoke. Germany charging through there. Could surprise Stuve. We got bazooka or Panzer they're ready. Germany ahead there. Need to get the flag half track out of there. Oh dear, could lose it, could lose it. Gain 24. Pop smoke, Stuve, even then it probably isn't enough. Oh, that was close. Sham they're taking a few hits. Would be a shame here for Stuve to lose his legendary 4 flag half track. More damage here to the Shem. One rocket actually fails to penetrate, which is kind of impressive since I believe Panzer rockets would roughly penetrate 200 millimeters. What are you doing, Stuve? Oh, scheiße! Ah. That was a really weird call there by Stuve. I guess that was a misclick or something else. Either way, though, Jove senses this, of course, moves in this Germany immediately to destroy the flag half track. That's going to be a massive blow there to Stuve. It was so close to fetching 5 as well. That was a huge, I would say, linchpin by the time it reached 82 there for Stuve against Jove's infantry. Really hurt it a lot. So that is gonna be unimaginably painful there, and that's a big tactical win there for Jove, since that was really a thorn in his side there again. Once it hit Rechnaya 2. I really cannot stress that. Once it hit Rechnaya 2. Bit. You can soon go for a tank, but I mean, it's likely gonna need Panthers here versus the EC8 since they overall, well, kind of better than the Wehrmacht Panzer IV, even the Model J there. Good penetration, decent armor, more health very importantly, good rate of fire. Panther would be a much better counter there for Stuve, so would suggest him to go for the Panther rather than a Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV could still happen because that's like the usual choice. Something going on here. Not opposite done, of course we got the second Panzer for the squad, but let's see what he goes for there. No idea what that was about, probably Windows doing something stupid. Panzer we got MD-34 sitting up here. 2 kills in the light infantry Geschütz. Guessing he might try and go for more Panzerschrecks here rather than G43s. I mean, that would mean he's got 4 Panzerschrecks to give Jove a really hard time with, and 5-man infantry squad will be harder for Jove to wipe out. Sherman going straight here for the MD-34. Need to get these Panzerjägers on that one. Again, a Panther, a Yak Panzer. Definitely don't think a Panther here would be the optimal choice. I mean, it's not necessarily a bad choice. That would be a bit of a weaker choice, but it's definitely not what I'd advise. Yak Panzer, Panther. In fact, the Panther would probably, in my opinion, be the best choice here. Sherman there down to half over. Got Panzer setting up MD-34 as well. One squad retreating. We got Athenian 6 versus Athenian 86. In the south here, we got forces being assaulted here by a quick counterattack force there by Joe, having a desire not to let the Germans do what they want in his backyard. 5th cover there, close to 53. Back here, troops reinforcing. Joe can soon go for another Sherman, which of course be a bigger problem there for Stuve. Certainly highlights how Stuve has been struggling with fuel compared to Jove here, and so now the efficiency there of Jove's harassment tactics. Goes to the Panzer IV. Again, not a fan of them. And again, he's got a lot of Panzerschrecks, and they will probably... Sorry about that, ran out of disk space. That was a bit awkward. And we see in the centre victory point here, M20 being about. We got 20 kills on it. Very good set of kills. But yeah, even with 4 Panzerschrecks, they'll feel like, you know, a Panther would be better choice, maybe getting the infantry instead, some anti-infantry weapons instead. But that's just me. Showing in Norfolk here, going straight for the Volksgrenadiers. Panzer IV almost down there for Stuve and the Führer Big Light Brigade. Oh, got the M20 finally. Took it out here with a heavy Panzer volley there. Got artillery called in the Schwer Panzer quarters right as artillery rank. Right as the Panzer was done. Got artillery raining down there. There we go. Panzerkampfwagen 4 mobilised there. Should give Stuve a bit more armoured firepower here versus Jove. Something to fight back with. But again, I would really recommend a Panther. Or maybe stalling for a Tiger. There you go, the Sherman taking heavy damage. Sherman's going to work here, fixing up the Schwer Panzer quarters. Jove has to pull back with the Sherman since with that many Panzers about, it's not going to last long. We got the Panzer forming in as well here. Panzer Commander being added, very good. Bit of a bold move, they got smoke called in to clear out the machine guns, so counter pressures troops, they push forwards, very good. Going to the base, almost got the Sherman here, would certainly be a big win here for Stuve if we can take out the Sherman within Jove's base, has to pull back, then we got riflemen threatening the tank riflemen, plus the bazookas. Was a close one there though for Stuve, was a close one. Reasons grabbing the point here, mortar routed, didn't quite wipe them out, they've been great for Stuve if we could have actually stolen it. Volksgrenadiers moving forward here to secure the southern points. Others setting up from the base. Jackson almost down there for Jove, and that's going to, of course, make things harder for Stuve's Panzer IV.
Tank destroyer is ready for orders.
Schwer Panzer Corps being fixed up. Probably should prioritise the Panzer IV though. Heading for the southern fuel.
A capture point is under attack.
Bit more skirmishing there. Panzer IV really should pull back though. I mean, it's less than half health here. And you got Joe's Jackson tank destroyer there on the prowl for Panzers. And go straight for the Panzer IV. Could be a loss here for Stuve very easily. Schwer Panzer Corps are taking further artillery fire. Looking to make a quick swing, and there you go. The Panzer IV is down. A bit of a bad call there by Stuve versus Jove. Pushed that Panzer IV more than it can handle, and that became an easy kill there for Jove. Definitely not good. That should have been pulled back sooner and just repaired. It also just highlights the Panzer IV just in the current sort of state there isn't, or the current sort of force composition that Jove has is not a good pick there. So again, I really feel like you should go for either Panther or Jagdpanzer. Smoking down the top cover against machine guns. Good play there though by Stuve. He's almost got both fuel points. I mean, he can technically go for another Panzer IV fast enough. Again, go for some other armor. Another option, we're again trying to stall for the Tiger tank. I mean, with 4 Panzer strikes, it wouldn't be impossible. Though, again, not necessarily super recommendable. He's some sort of tank out, a tank destroyer. But if we were to get a Tiger tank out, he could then put a lot of pressure on Joe's infantry, plus sort of support weapons. And I think that'd be a really good investment for, you know, Stuve down the road, though. Again, not a first priority for sure. Salvaging up the Panzer IV here, good move. Straight into the Panzer 6 there. Sherman taking 1 rocket hit there. Sturm Pioneers mining up the western fuel point there. Major there is about to suffer a major defeat unless he retreats. Bit of a sort of back and forth between the Sherman and the Panzer Fusiliers. He knows there's a machine gun there, so he can't push ahead and just try and run it down. We got a Scot on the way there for Jove to help deal with the Stuve's infantry and support weapons. Very good ideas. Concussive grenade could be there to close in on the rifle more easily. Or just shooting at them, I guess.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Panzer is moving in. Might be planning active flank here, going up through here. Or just trying to creep past the machine guns out to find a much sort of tighter spot. Though again, I think this would have been much better. I mean, just get behind here until you get behind whatever. Oh no, every rocket missed. That he didn't see the Sherman. Either way, the Sherman gets away. Quite a few rockets there bounced. Scott almost done there for Jove. Pushing for the south again.
75mm gun carrier ready.
Well, we'll see if Stuve goes for another Panzer IV. Does try to go for something with a bit more punch and durability here. It's another Panzer IV there for Stuve. 22 versus 357. 50 go there, proving to be a nuisance there for Stuve. Also got Weapons that are being equipped now for Jove's infantry. Weapon racks there are unlocked, and the guns are being handed out. Scott out of here versus Stuve. That's going to force that machine gun to reposition. Got Jove with a northern mechanized assault there. Armored assault moving in with tanks, infantry, and tank destroyers. Panzer was there, almost wiped out, but Joe was able to just get them out of there in time. Panzer were almost done. Closing in 22 there on the Sherman, going pretty closely in there, right into the Panther fast. Might give Stuve here the chance to take it out there, since now he can't just race out of Panther strike range too easily. So there's a good chance. We've got Smokescreen off note where he's throwing it. He's throwing it behind the Sherman, since he knows it's going to be passing into that. Still, almost down. Panther 4 no chance for him to destroy it, or the infantry just catch up and clear it out though. Schubert Panther 4's under fire here. Stuve quickly moving about there, trying to avoid the smoke. Goes for the Jackson set as the bigger threat. Panther 4 moving ahead here. Counterattack by Stuve is going somewhat well. He should have a chance of taking out the Sherman. Right now almost being annihilated. Sherman down. Big tactical win there. Oh, could get the Jacksons. Well, that'd be huge there for Stuve. That'd be huge. Jackson crossing over the stream. Panzer 4 misses a point. Damn bloody range blank. Damn it. Really awkward there. Panzer 4 forced to fall back. Still he got the Sherman, so that's something there for Stuve. That's something. But that machine gun's really proven to be huge there for Jove. Stuve's just really struggled to counter it and clear it out. He's really been having a hard time dealing with it. Mort in the middle of the stream there, not exactly the most comfortable position to be firing from. That's got to be pretty wet. Troops are reinforcing healing. Foxes are on the way. So here we go. Soggy mortar boys are retreating. Panzer 4 and some tiny repairs. Probably get those Sturm ponies now equipped with a BA on the job. More Foxes here for Schubert at this point. Why not Obersoldaten? I feel like that'd be a much better pick there, but that's just me. That's just me. Sandbags up. I mean, even or maybe another artillery piece could also be quite effective versus Joe. Might, you know, have a given chance of clearing out the fifth cavalry, stopping the mortar from being such a pain in Stuve's backside. Sort from the northern point again. I'd love to see what Joe goes for next. We'll replace his Sherman. We'll go for more tank destroyers, more Scots. Sort for the south here. Machine gun quickly cleared up for once. Grenade goes through. Scott opening up. Their 50 caliber looks like it's going to fall back for now at least. Holding up, probably more worried about the incendiary grenade than the Panzer Fusiliers. Up north here, assault went through quite nicely there for Jove. Stuve's line quickly crumbled there. Jackson dashing forward to try and take out the Panzer 4. There we go. Good hit, good hit. Till firing down. Smokescreen actually going down. Very good. Panzer then in a bit of trouble. And ends up retreating due to a lack of, well, anti-infantry ability. But nice use of smoke there by Stuve. Nice use of smoke. You got 145 versus Fin 51. Panzer going northwards. Fuel point there once more cut off for Stuve. Got the 76, well, the EC8 on the way for Jove again. A rifleman sneaking southwards. That Shrap Hunted course is almost fixed up again. Jackson moving in. Sherman almost done. Panzer 4 they're being quickly forced out there by Jove's tank destroying bazookas in the centre. Jove's not budging on in the south. There's not really much going on, but Stuve's not putting much effort in there either. A lot of pressure then, Stuve. A lot of pressure. All that artillery is definitely going to be a nuisance there for Stuve to deal with. His artillery, while not bad, isn't quite having the same impact here that Joe, Smort and Scott is aiming on him. And of course, you're also just calling until with the major, and we got smokescreens off here, probably around the centre cover at the point there, pushing southwards as well. But of course, we got the 50 cover there and no support. Panzer 4 then pushing northwards here, pushing back the lieutenant. Almost got a full back with smokescreens going off there. Lots of smoke. So much smoke. Panzer 4 receiving repairs, got the Sherman charging forward, so going for the Panzer Fusiliers, shoots, misses in the south. Hit on mine, but still ground the point there. A lot of damage down the Sherman, down to half health. Jackson moving in though, Panzer 4 needs to be careful here. Almost got it, but the main gun does go out on the Panzer 4 there. Heavy fire there. Being still exchanged here. Panzer checks flying at the Jackson tank, so forcing Joe to pull that one back as well rather than risk losing it. All American victory posts have been rendered neutral, leaving only one under control of the player. Next Stuve's one in the north, but that will quickly change then, I imagine. Panzer 4 slowly being fixed up. They're almost 54 Sturm Pioneers. Hard at work. Got mines up there from Jove. Very good. I mean, in this regards too, it's starting to become a bit predictable, and Jove is beginning to take advantage of that. I mean, he knows he'll push through here, and he also knows there's not really much happening in the south there, so he's basically just not putting a lot of effort into it because it's effectively safe because Stuve just isn't there. At least he's lastly not there. Line's gone there with 10 kills, slowly approaching Rechnaya 3. Good hit there from the Panzer 4, halfway to 18-2. 100 points left for Stuve. Can soon go for another Panzer 4, though I really recommend something a bit better than another Panzer 4. Again, Panther, Yak Panzer, even Tiger I think would be a lot better than the Panzer 4 here. It would depend on what Stuve decides is the main threat. Panzer 4 there hits a mine, that's going to mean repairs again. Close to 52 on that Panzer 4 though. Follows there in a bit of a tight spot, need to retreat. 87 versus 346. No, it's in the other page now being used with MU-34. Bit of an oversight there by Schubert. Tank takes a bit exposed there, could take some heavy damage from the Panzer checks. If Stu tries it. In this case, the Jove sensor what's going on and shoots in time. Got shield hunt going against the mortar. Not quite enough to finish it off. It might be enough to cause Stu to pull it, or Jove to pull it back for a bit there. Troops suppressed there. Good handling of that 50 cal there by Jove. Jackson moving up. Panzer's there under here. 5 forces jump on the Panzer 4 moving in as well. Looks like Stuve might be playing here for either Yak Panzer, Panther or Tiger. I mean, he's definitely not going for a Panzer 4 right away, so might be he's actually planning something a bit bigger, and again, he would benefit from that, I think. Around the centre victory point. Troops are being murdered behind the heavy column. There you go. Sturm Pioneers gain Rechnaya 5 there. Ace infantry now. Definitely a bit more challenge there for Jove's infantry. No, not so much for the tanks. In the south assault going in, we've got smokescreen off here. Not entirely sure where it's going off. Okay, around the centre. Rifleman routed, opening up the southern victory point and the southern fuel point there for Stuve and the German army. And the north move there to counter that by hitting the northern victory point and fuel point there by Jove. Very good. Very good. Ooh, Panzer Force finally in southwards. It's no longer just confined to the northwest. Stuve, they're clearly getting a bit bolder. He's also getting close to that target tank. Or Panther, of course. Sandbags up. Panzer 4 with 13 kills. Eventually 2 lieutenant there getting blasted a bit. More troops are getting shot to bits. Panzer's hanging back there. Northern victory point there being held by the 5th caliber. It's going to require a bit more support there for Stuve to deal with that, or a big assault with a bit of coordination as everything else also happening at the same time, obviously, which would make it a bit tricky to pull off, but it's not impossible. Either way, though, of course, you need to know the 5th caliber's there, and there's only one real way to do that, and that's, of course, to get his men shot at in most cases. Calling in smoke there, which will help a bit, but only a bit. At this point, I would say he's actually, I think, within range. He had to go for the Tiger tank instead. He ends up going for another Panzer IV. Not a fan of that one for sure. I think a Tiger or Panther would be a much better choice. Obviously, again, that's more opportunity cost. He'd have to put his resources more on hold for this to work out. But even then, I still feel like he'd just be a better pick here versus Jove. They're right above the Panzer Fusilier. One ace level. One not quite there yet. Getting a lot of fuel now though for Stuve. Getting a lot of fuel. Which again makes it also a bit strange. He still just went for the Panzer IV here running against something with a bit more punching power as his enemy armor. Smoke screens going off. Suppressing the Stuve's machine gun. Very good. Grayson's there, wiped out a small win there for Stuve, but his punches instead are getting mowed down by the 5th car. They're lambs to the slaughter here as they're getting sawn apart there by 5th car at close range. Still punches on right over the Sherman. Foxes right here, we've got a big engine push in the north from Jove versus Stuve. 87 versus 299. In the south, Panther IV there is blazing through, finally had enough here. Jove holding up things here. Sends in his second Panther IV to open up a path there for the fatherland. Almost got a rifle squad there wiped out entirely. That's going to be great there for Stuve. He's almost got enough fuel for another tank, but again, I really would urge something like a tank destroy a Panther at this point. So I'm going straight for the forces, blows apart almost the entire unit. Need to retreat there for Stuve. Oh, they're going to get wiped out, which I think is going to happen here. Jackson engaging there. The Panther goes for the Sherman. Need to get that Panther out there as well. And that Panther IV is toast. Did not last very long here versus Joe and his easy and Jackson tank destroyer. Hence, again, why he really needs to go for something with a, you know, a bit better characteristics versus the EC8 and the Jackknife. That he had to work them together, which is what Stuve did not do. He is getting some kills in than Jove elsewhere. He's seeing a crew mortar crew there get one down, so that's a small win there for Stuve, but he's still taking a hell of a beating. Rob Squad almost taken down. Now they see on the way there for Jove and the American army is about to call it German army.
The capture point is under attack.
Halfway to eventually flee down the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Good coming ahead, him shooting up on the rifleman. Back here, troops reinforcing. You see it almost down there for Jove. Smoke screens on again from Stuve. Very good, very good. A lot of smoke there from Stuve, which is nice. But even Joe's been using some smoke here and there, so I mean, both sides, but you know, making nice use of smoke. Panther IV is going on a raid inside Joe's base, trying to take out the ambulance there. Bold, but quickly backs off. Chili called in as well here around the support and trying to take out that mortar, I think. Looks like Joe Edmund could also take out some units in retreat here. Oh, got the machine gun. Destroyed it entirely. So that's both of Joe's machine guns gone. Very good. I think Stuve might be setting out for something a bit bigger than the Panzer IV. Sturmpanzer ultimately going straight for the rifle. Artillery fire raining down here, getting a bit ugly. Sturmpanzer is there with 12 kills. Could get more kills here. Armor gets away. Panther still off there. Ooh, Sherman. Oh, waited first for the Panther to go for hit. There you go. Panther as well. Might take out the Sherman. Need to be careful he doesn't get hit here. Jove's armor moving in here. Looks like he might try and flank out Jove's Panzer, or Stuve's Panther IV, not his own tank. 5th car crewed up as well. He got 79 versus 260. Things are certainly getting quite exciting here. Stuve's tactics are suddenly getting a bit more fluid, a bit more aggressive, a bit more flanky. And there you go. Good hits on the Sherman, putting down to half health. They're not able to finish it off. Means it can just be repaired here. Panther IV engaging up north, closing in on Veterinary 3. 79 versus 255. Troops reinforcing, need to of course launch an immediate counterattack to regain the victory points everywhere. I mean, it does look like he's setting up for the Tiger tank. I mean, he's almost got the fuel. He just needs the manpower, though, of course. That's going to be roughly 3 minutes of manpower just doing nothing, which, of course, will be a bit trickier there. Ooh, Panzer though extended right in front of the anti-tank rifle grenades. Not good there for Stuve. Panzer about to go down. We got troops coming in, but we got no Panzer strikes, so there's no threat there to the Jackson. Eventually free gain, and then explodes.
Crowds are sniffing around our asses. Tactical point being captured.
Panzer fasting here, but we'll be able to sufficiently finish things off rather than getting annihilated. Sherman's going to move, got more fucking got Panzer zooming up there with their Panzer strikes. Good hits there. Of course, got the 5th cover joining in the fun there for the German army as well. Sherman all the time could try and Panzer faster down here, except he doesn't have munitions. Rifling up, blocking the path there for Stuve. Sherman in from the south here, closing in eventually to the troops being annihilated out in the open here. Panzer opening up, failing to pierce the armor there with Sherman. Almost got the unit taken out. Panzer drop. Panzerfaust damaging the engine, but will not, I think, be able to grab the Panzer there. Got a wipe there. Could see another one here. Got the Panzer and the Sturmplan. He's going to have a BAR and a Panzer. Now they're showing away there for Jove and Democracy. In the south here, points being seized. Eventually, following the Panzer, they move ahead there with their Panzer. Maybe home to catch something of Jove's of Gandhi destroyed. Scott moving for the southern victory point. We got 73 versus 242. Showing some brutal fighting here between both of them. Does look like he's setting up here for the Tiger tank. He is very close now. Bit over a minute now. More like a minute and a half, but still, he's getting there. He's getting there. Sherman almost down there for Jove. Pantrix opening up. Major almost being taken out. Almost got the Major Sherman charging forward here. We got 17 kills, 22 troops being caught in a pretty nasty spot potentially. Sherman letting hit Scott firing away. Firing up north here, machine gun a bit of trouble with the Sherman and rifle backing up here. A little bit of horror actions there from Joe Sherman. Third one out. Regular one this time around, probably going to be quick with high explosive rounds. He just hose down Stube's infantry. Almost got the northern 5th cover there. Back under American control. There we go. Infantry moving ahead here, taking heavy damage. Sherman forward. Yep, switching on to high explosive rounds plus 50 cover there. Infantry attack northwards. Could be caught here between two Shermans, which could result in heavy casualties there for Stube's infantry. Kednev on the way now, having lost one of his Panzer units. There we go. Heavy losses there. Could see a few units wiped out here. Close one. Certainly looking a bit grim here for Stuve. And there he goes, surrender, as he realizes he is outgunned in terms of tanks that can decimate his infantry, and he's just lacking his sort of tools to deal with it. So there you go. Nasty fight here on Rechnaya Pereprava, with a lot of action here between both sides. Like the smokescreen, a lot of maneuver, though I feel like Stuve at times felt a bit too static. Also, I think he focused too much on the Panzer Force and really should have committed to either Panthers or Yak Panzer, even Tigers versus those EZ8s. The Panzer Force just don't fight them particularly well. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell your enemies. There's some links and cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Up to you all tomorrow again for another episode.